Now, when you decided to shoot the video for it, did you get any backlash for wearing women's
Mm-hmm.
clothing?
To be honest with you, uh, at first we didn't like we our first initiative was not to put on a dress, and not because we cared what people thought. We just in our heads we never thought to do it. It was never like, oh yeah, we got to put on the dress and the wig and da 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 da. We just had someone in our ear, management, and not saying it was a bad idea because I don't care, because back in the Shakespeare days, not a lot of people know this, but back in the Shakespeare days, women weren't allowed to act. So in order to get your point across, a man had to dress up as a woman. Like they had to play both roles. So they've been doing that. It's just that people that don't understand comedy or think, oh man, I ain't finna put on no dress, you ain't finna. I ain't studying that. It's entertainment. You know not to try me in real life like I'm a woman. So I'm not. I know how to distinguish entertainment, and whatever they want to. I ain't got nothing to say about that, but you know what I mean. People that really want to be a girl, and then people that act like for entertainment. But and to be honest with you, as soon as they came to us with the idea, we was hesitant. We was like, I don't know, nigga. I don't know if we wanna go that route because then once you do it, since that era was so huge, people gonna always demand that from you. Like even when we go to at that time when we went to the radio stations or whenever we went out, and I already knew it. Like I knew that's what came with it. People would want that. Yo, do the Ratchet girl or be the Ratchet girl. Yada 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 yada. And it works. It can kind of work in your favor because you can either take us as Emmanuel Phillip Hudson, or if you want us to be characters, which is the Ratchet girls or whatever character we may choose to be, that's money on top. You know what I'm saying? That costs extra. But it did get a little annoying when we would go to the studios, and like I remember we went to a studio and we was doing a drop for a radio station, but we did it as Emmanuel and Phillip Hudson, just regular. And my manager busted in the door and he was like, nah, man, you gotta do this as Ratchet girls. I'm like, nah, they want the Ratchet girls. And I'm like, they want Emmanuel and Phillip, ain't nothing wrong with the Ratchet girls, but let's switch it up. It is what it is. And as far as like people saying, to this day, they still say it. They stay crap like, oh, you only funny unless you acting like a girl. That's fine because I didn't act like a girl for my 5th season on Wild 'N Out, and boom, it's my 5th season. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. You can't listen to the negativity or you can't listen to the praise. You just got to do what you got to do. People gonna love it. People gonna hate it.
Now, have you decided to like retire the Ratchet girl? No questions.
Nah. Like to be honest with you, when that, like I said, if it makes sense to come up with a song portraying the female, it ain't gotta be it ain't gotta be no Ratchet type female. We gonna get our point across. That era is like, no, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why a lot of people are tired of seeing dudes dress up like a girl because, not saying it hasn't been done, because you had Keenan and Kel, you had Nick Cannon back on the all that. When they the ones that really was a Ratchet girl. They didn't call it Ratchet back then, but when you go back and watch the episodes where they're in the convenience store, it was brilliant. It was brilliant the way they thought as the girls. And that's all we're doing, reenacting. Not saying that's where we got it from, but it's like, yo, man, people been doing this. So it's not like, but yeah, like I'm not against coming up with more songs as that character. You're not finna just say, oh, you only funny because when you acting like, and what you people are it's the truth. It's a guy acting like a girl for entertainment in videos. It's something more funny about that than actually watching the girl do it, because girls are not gonna expect guys to know how y'all think and where y'all get that stuff from. So if we do it, it just puts that extra layer. It don't, you don't have to do it, but it puts that extra layer of funny on there, because it's like girls be like, oh my God, that's how we be acting. Oh, like he's so stupid, Then you got guys over there be like, man, he gay. And no, ain't no dude acting like that for real. He must really. It's just a bunch of I ain't worried about none of that.
Now, before the comedy, you wanted to be a rapper, and this is kind of how you incorporate the rapping with your comedy in your videos. I mean, you were into your music, right?
Yeah, let's just say that, because
Right.
a rapper these days is, my mama can be rapper. And,
Wait, what type of rapper were you? Were you more so the like Migos, Young Thug type of rap, or were you just like old school rap? Because I haven't heard any of your stuff. Just saying, I'm just asking so that people can know
nah,
if you had bars.
to be honest with you, I was, and still is, lyrical, music with substance. You know what I'm saying? And because music is supposed to influence, whether it influence you to do bad or influence you to do good. I don't talk about stuff I've never done, so that makes me, I guess, a real rapper. And honestly, I was working on a song the other day, and don't get me wrong, I'm capable of making whatever type of music, but this song, it was kind of hard to write because I knew I was just talking on there, not like flexing or anything, but like just making it like a catchy type song. And it was
Right.
hard for me to write because like I don't talk about materialistic stuff. Even if I got it, like it's just not, it ain't me. I like to talk about, true experiences and, real life stuff. And a lot of people don't know this, but they'll look at me and they'll say, "Oh, we can't take you serious. We can't see you doing serious rap." About 2 years ago, I made a song called "So Wrong," and it's a relationship song about, getting played and how people whatever. And it made it to 1079, the battleground out here. And I won 2 weeks in a row, but a lot of people didn't know it was me. And then like, I would listen to the radio and people would call in like, "Oh, hey, whatever song number 2 was, that's the song. Whatever song it is, I like that song. Number two. I'm back there just smiling because maybe some of them same people, if they figured out it was me, they'll start to hate. Like, you can't deny good music. So don't sit here and listen to my song and be like, but I can't take you serious. You like good music, don't you? You know?
Right.
So when it came to music back then, like clever, punchlines, none of this bubblegum drinking lean and stuff. Like, I don't get it today. You actually, hip hop went from talking about drugs and how they use that to get out their situation to like, I'm buying this, I got your girl on the molly, and your nigga shoot purple pills out his gun.
Right.
Like, it's just stupid music today. But hey, man, to each his own, man. They feeding their family. You can't really say nothing. You just gotta stay in your own lane. And you can see it. Like, you can see lyrics in our music come through our comedy. We get a lot of people saying, "Yo, you do music for real," because there's no way you rapping like this over comedy and you not do music for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being Neo. We was on the set of Wild 'N Out one day, and he pulled me to the side and he was like, "Yo, I know you be playing around on the show, but you do music, you write and do music for real, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." He was like, "I can tell, here's my number, let's work." But you know how that go. Hollywood talk. I hit him up when I touched down to LA.
No answer.
Nothing. But
So you haven't even got a session with him?
You said what now?
You haven't gotten one session with him? Aw.
Man, please. All right. I ain't saying, he stood me up or anything, but that's just how it goes. And it's Hollywood talk. They see you doing something. Not saying he's a hater or anything, because I understand you're a busy man, but at least he recognized. That's all I can ask for. I don't expect anything. I kind of figured it would go like that. I would have been surprised if I actually got a session with him.